Alright, good morning guys, and welcome to episode 2 of this quarantine vlog. And today I'm going to be talking about what my calories and macros are during this vlog, and also how you can calculate your calories and macros, which is super easy, by the way. I see a lot of people give out these weird fancy formulas that make absolutely no sense. I mean, they do make sense, but they just overcomplicate this super simple subject. Let me explain. So for breakfast, I got the usual poached eggs on toast. Now I've been having this breakfast for a while now, it's one of my favorites. So anyway, whatever your goal is, whether that be gain weight, lose body fat, or maintain your weight, the first thing for you to do is to find your maintenance calories, because if you don't know what your maintenance calories are, then you don't know if you should either add more calories to that or subtract more calories from that. So how do you get your maintenance calories? So if you're the type of person that has no idea how many calories and macros you consume on a day-to-day basis, the first thing that I would like you guys to do is to just start tracking your calories along with the macronutrient breakdown of that. So track every single food you eat, every single calorie you eat, and how many macros are in those calories. And now an app I've been using for years now is called MyFitnessPal. It's super easy to use, and it's great for tracking your calories and macros. And now once you do that, I also want you guys to jump on a scale every single morning with no food and water in your system and weigh yourself. And now do that for 1 to 2 weeks and see how your weight fluctuates. If you see your weight staying exactly the same, then that means that those calories that you eat on a day-to-day basis are your maintenance calories. If you see yourself losing weight, then you know that you're in a caloric deficit, meaning you're eating less calories than you burn. And now if you're starting to gain weight, you know that you're in a caloric surplus, eating more calories than you burn. And now obviously your weight can fluctuate on a day-to-day basis because you may eat certain foods during a certain time that may cause you to be more bloated the day after. So for example, if you eat a high sodium meal like the night before, then obviously you're gonna wake up a bit heavier than if you did not do that. Or if you just decide to eat most of your calories late at night, then obviously you're gonna wake up a bit heavier the next day. And the same goes for if you eat all your calories earlier on in the day, then you may wake up a bit lighter. So all of these things you have to take into consideration when you weigh yourself. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I woke up so early this morning, I forgot to do my yoga. But anyway, so once you have a good understanding of how many calories you need to just maintain your weight, depending on your goals, you can either decide to gain muscle mass or lose body fat. Now, if your goal is to gain muscle mass, which is my goal, the next thing for you to do is to just add 100 to 200 more calories into your diet. So it's that simple. And if your goal is to lose weight, just subtract 100 to 200 calories from that. So again, it's super simple. You don't have to make these huge calorie jumps from eating, for example, for my maintenance calories, that's 3,000. I'm not gonna suddenly eat 4,000 calories the next day in order to gain muscle mass. Now, obviously, I will gain weight by doing that, but most of that weight will be body fat. Again, this whole muscle building process takes time, so you don't want to just stuff yourself with just a bunch of food that has absolutely no reasoning behind it. Building muscle takes time, so you don't need a huge caloric surplus in order to gain muscle mass. 1 to 200 calories will do, and once you start hitting a plateau, meaning that you stopped gaining weight, you can start to add some more calories to that, maybe 1 to 200 more calories to that initial surplus. And now your goal should be to gain about 1 pound per month. And now obviously, based on your experience level, that can be a lot quicker or that can be a lot slower. So if you're a complete beginner, you can probably get away by gaining 1 pound per week. However, if you're more advanced, then probably 0.5 pounds or something. But yeah, that's just a rough estimate, because you don't want to rush things, because again, as I said before, building muscle takes time. You don't want to rush things. Slow and steady always wins the race. Oh, and the same can obviously be said for fat loss as well. You don't want to suddenly drop your calories by 1,000 calories from eating 3,000 calories, which is my maintenance, to 2,000 calories, because obviously you are going to lose a lot of weight. However, most of that weight can be muscle as well, so you really just gotta take your time with everything. This whole fitness thing, it's like a process. It takes time, guys. You don't see results overnight. It's a gradual process, so gradually losing body fat or gradually gaining weight. So again, this all takes time. Be patient. All right, so now that you know how many calories you need per day, what should your macronutrient breakdown be? How many grams of protein do you need? How many grams of carbs you need? How many fats do you need? Okay, so most importantly are your calories. So we already figured out your calories. Now the second most important thing is protein. Now, for me, a good rule of thumb to keep in mind is to just eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So for example, if I weigh 160 pounds, that means that I need at least 160 grams of protein per day. That's just a good rule of thumb to keep in mind. I wouldn't necessarily recommend you guys to go below that, especially if you're trying to lose weight. However, if you're bulking, I wouldn't be that worried about it because you're getting so many other more calories in from the carbs and fats that you don't really have to rely on protein as an energy source, because protein is mainly used for building muscle and protein synthesis. So yeah, if you're bulking, 1 gram per pound of body weight is plenty. That's all you need. Don't even go over that, because that it's too much and it's unnecessary really. Just 1 gram per pound of body weight is a good rule of thumb to keep in mind. And now that we got our protein, the last 2 things to worry about are carbohydrates and fats. And now, honestly guys, this all comes down to personal preference. If you are an individual who enjoys eating a higher fat diet and lower carb diet, that's completely fine. If you enjoy eating more carbs and fats, that's fine as well. Just do it based on how you feel. So if you feel better eating more fats in your diet, eat more fats. If you feel better eating more carbs in your diet, eat more carbs. For me personally, I enjoy having a mix between the 2 of them. So I enjoy eating both carbs and fats and having a good healthy ratio between the 2. So yeah, as long as you're staying within your caloric range, carbs and fats don't really matter. Like in the long run, it really doesn't. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend you guys to have like a super low fat diet, because that can cause problems with like your brain functioning and stuff like that. So you want to stay within a healthy range of fats. I'd recommend eating at least 50 grams of fat per day, and then carbohydrates are just the source of energy. So yeah, just again, personal preference.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it, and maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back. You ain't gonna make it, you ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not thinking straight, kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore, I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds, talking out loud so proud. You better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more speak out. It's about to head south. Never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it, and maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it.
So yeah guys, that's a quick little physique update. Yeah, I know it's kind of douchey, but like I'm just showing the progress. But yeah, anyway, I think I've covered everything in today's video that I wanted to. I've covered about how you firstly find your maintenance calories, which is just super easy. All you gotta do is just actually track your calories and macros, see how your weight fluctuates, and if your weight stays the same, that's your maintenance calories. Now, of course, your activity levels are going to differ, so it's going to fluctuate like from week to week, but like that's just a rough estimate. Like all these calculators, again, they're not that precise anyways, because it all comes down to just trial and error. Like no one knows your body better than you do. And not even I know how my body works. Not even you know how your own body works. No one knows how their body works, because again, like some days your needs may increase, which is you burning calories while not even noticing it. So for example, if I sit down and I start fidgeting, or like I start moving my hands or whatever, just like stuff, small little stuff like that can like add up and burn more calories. So like no one is gonna take that into consideration. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. Nothing is precise. All you gotta do is just trial and error, see how your body reacts to certain things, and that's pretty much it. Once you find your maintenance calories, all you gotta do from there is just find out what you wanna do. If you wanna gain weight, add 100 to 200 more calories. If you want to lose weight, like subtract 100 to 200 more calories. It's that easy. Once you plateau, in my case, if I'm bulking and I hit a plateau, add more calories, or if you're trying to lose weight, decrease the calories, or do more cardio, stuff like that. So, and then again, macronutrient breakdown, keep your protein high, 1 gram per pound of body weight. Carbs and fats, you can play around with. Honestly, don't worry about that. As long as you stay within your caloric range and hit your protein intake, you should be good. Meal frequency, meal timing, up to you, doesn't really matter. One thing to keep in mind though is just to get that protein like divided equally throughout the day, just to increase your protein synthesis and just to optimize recovery and like muscle building and stuff like that. But then again, like just such minor small little details that at the end of the day it doesn't really matter as long as you hit your caloric intake. So yeah, I know that's pretty much a lot to cover, but honestly it's pretty simple if you just took good notes, or if you already know this, like it's pretty simple, right? And then I think there's one last thing to talk about. Alright guys, so the last thing I wanted to cover in today's video is about the 80-20 rule. Now basically what that means. So 80% of my food is going to be whole, natural, unprocessed food, while the other 20% are going to be like pretty much whatever I want. So basically having a good balance within your diet is basically going to help you sustain your diet. Because once you start eliminating foods from your diet, the chances of you cheating on your diet or binging on your diet are a lot higher than if you were to just enjoy everything you want in moderation, because moderation really is key. Because like again, you want to sustain your diet. You don't want to, like, for example, go out with your friends and say, oh sorry, I'm keto, I can't eat fries or whatever. Like who does that? Like that's not part of it. Like this whole journey, everything, it's about enjoying it. Because again, if you don't enjoy it, then you're not going to sustain it, and if you're not going to sustain it, then you're not going to achieve your goals. So yeah, that's basically it. So I'm going to enjoy this huge smoothie post-workout shake. Looks so good. So yeah guys, I hope I made everything clear, and I hope you guys actually learned something and took something away from this video. If you have any further questions, or if something I said was a bit confusing, please let me know down below in the comments, because I'd love to get back to you. I love to answer questions, and if there's something you disagree with, just let me know down below. Because again, like I'm still learning. Like obviously I know what I'm doing. I know I've been working out for like 5 years now. I've done a lot of research, but then again, I'm not a certified doctor or whatever. If you want like actual professional advice, like go to like a doctor or whatever, go with someone who has a certification or whatever, or has a degree. But yeah, that's just based on my experience, and honestly it works, because like a lot of people complicate this whole fitness thing, while in reality it's just really simple. You just gotta pretty much use common sense and trial and error. So with that said, I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys learned something. If you did, please be sure to go give this video a thumbs up. I'd highly appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.